Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो धारी राय सो मारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100%, करे नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complete level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. The day we will discover this fact that everything happens only to the mind. Nothing happens to anything in this world. See? This is just a statement, but it must be our direct experience. Then it will change everything. See? How I learned it. This story I have told, but it is not a story, it happened with me. My right toe was having some growth, like a small red berry type. And somebody in Mumbai, after my talk was over, he came to do namaskar, did namaskar, and he saw the big toe was having some growth. He said, Swamiji, what is this? I said, this is a wisdom toe. He said, this is not a matter of joke, but this is not good. You should operate it. I said, okay, I'll get it done. Then he said, I am a doctor, I can do it for you. I said, come on, very good. So I went to his clinic, sat like this on the chair, put my foot on the stool. He gave local anesthesia. And after 15 minutes, he came with a rubber hammer and hammered. And he asked me, how do you feel? I said, I am feeling emotional. See, you are taking care of me so much. Who does these days? No, not that. Then what? Here, how are you feeling? I said, where? Because that portion was locally anesthetized. Then he said, now I'll do the operation, you can watch. And he took the scalpel, cut it wherever he has to cut, took out that growth completely with the roots. And he said, you are lucky, everything has come out, nothing is left inside. And I was watching that, the cut, the blood oozing out, he took out the contents, then he was suturing, everything I saw. That time I thought, I am a great yogi, I have conquered body identification for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, again the pain started. That day I discovered through my experience, not by listening to somebody, that everything happens to the mind. Nothing happens to body. See, friends, it is so important to know all the problems that we carry, they are pertaining to mind, not to body. Has anybody ever complained, hey, yaar, I am getting old, I don't want to grow old? Because growing old is not in our hand, and growing old is not any contribution. All the old people have that funny thing. These days, the children don't respect the elderly people. Now, what is our contribution that we have become old? It is the poor earth running around the sun, and our age is growing, and abhiman of that also. See, friends, therefore, all the problems pertain only to the mind. Now, next step. What we are studying is mind matters. We all have been very careful and take precautions about our house. Now, see this beautiful temple. Everything is so neatly kept. So, also our house. What should be the fixtures on the wall? What should be the furniture? How it should be matching? Very good. We also take care of ourselves. See, even I am a Babaji. See, my lungi, my shirt, my shawl, my jacket, it must be matching, is it not? Good. Actually, I had a black jacket. Somebody like any one of you in Virginia, he saw me putting on black jacket. And next day I left. So he got it and posted to Houston. Swamiji, please use this jacket. Black doesn't look good on you. Look here. See how care we take about our makeup, our dress. How much care we take about our food, organic food. Have you heard any time organic salt? In our Mumbai, we get organic salt. See, if you go to Chowpatty and go to those Bhel Puri wala, and they'll be making a cone out of a old newspaper and add the things. Brahmaji learned how to create from these people. So, first of all, a space, a cone is made. Then they add four things: the air, fire, water, and earth. And after that, the topping is done by the organic salt, and they give you. Everything we are careful about what we eat, what we should not eat. We have to do exercise. What for? To keep the body healthy, is it not? Now tell me, my friends, what we have done from day one to keep our mind healthy? Have we ever taken care of our mind? See, my friends, everything we have to take care. Very good. What about the mind? See, this I learned again. I am telling you what I have learned from you all. You are all my gurus. From you only I have learned. There was one carpenter, and in Delhi it happened. He was engaged for some small repair. So I asked him, I say, hey, how much time it will take? He said, 3 days should be enough. I said, okay, come. And then he will come and then spend about an hour or two sharpening his instruments. I said, hey, you have come here for this thing. Why you are doing this thing? He dropped that. Do you know? If I have to use this instrument, I have to take care. My wife will not take care. My children will not take care. I am using it. I have to take care. How important it is. Mind we are using. What we have done to take care of our mind. See, except complaining. Non-stop complaint. Like many people, Swamiji, my mind is very disturbed. What should I do? Don't get disturbed. Nobody is disturbed. Your mind or my mind? Of course, Swamiji, my mind. Then you mind. What can I do for your mind? It is something like, a husband tells the wife, "Ki, honey, darling, I don't like this Ayurvedic medicine. Will you please take on my behalf?" That poor lady will take also, but your disease will not go. We have to mind our mind. Remember, friends, there is no proxy on the spiritual path. Real spiritual life begins when we start working on our mind. See? You must have heard these days this Kundalini is going very wild everywhere. In that Kundalini, in awakening, they talk about the 7 chakras: Mooladhar, Swadhisthana, then Manipur, then Anahata, then Vishuddha, then Agya and Sahasra, 7 chakras. Now this I am telling you for one important thing. Don't get into unwanted detail, just pertaining to our topic. Mooladhar, Moola is the root, Adhar is the support. What is the support of our life? Body identification. So we get caught up in Mooladhar because we are living as the body, for the body, on everybody. First. Now when we are identified with the body, then the 2nd chakra, the Swadhisthana, is nothing but, if we have to write our biography, what we will write? Right from childhood onwards, we have been struggling to fulfill our desires, but the desires can never be fulfilled. So, this 2nd chakra is Kamana, desire. And desires have no end. Desires ultimately culminate in greed. So, Mooladhar, body identification, Swadhisthana, desires, and Manipur is greed. If we are spending our life only in these three, we are samsari. Then we come to the 4th, the Anahata chakra. When we come here, we start working on our mind. The day we start working on our mind, remember, this is our new birth. This birth, with what we are come in this world, body, is created to die. Everybody is created to die only, nothing else. But once a seeker is born, once we have taken this stand that enough of this, now I have to work on my mind, and the day we start working on the mind, remember, that is our new birth. And this new birth seeker never dies. Shushinam Srimatam Gehe Yoga Brashto Bijayate Athava Yoginameva Kule Bhavati Dhimatam. Bhagavad Gita says, once we have taken this stand, then we are someone other than the body, functioning through the body. See? Then alone we will have a different dimension of our life. Otherwise, whole life is spent with this illusion that I am body and possessions and relations, then that will become the only thing. And therefore, when we start working on the mind, remember, that is our new birth. Now, after we are convinced of this, then we start going next step. Next step is that we normally, what we do, we complain. Complain about everything and ultimately complain about our own mind. My mind is so disturbed. Whenever I sit for doing meditation, the mind runs here and there. What should I do? Don't do meditation. No, but my guru told do meditation. Do meditation. But then the mind runs here and there. Don't do meditation. what you want. See, friends, remember basic principle of life. What is the difference between knowledge and action? If something is away, like I am staying with Ajit, from there, this holy temple is far away, so I have to cross the distance to come here. See? If something is incomplete, like our this table was little incomplete, we have to add something so that the height can be adjusted. If something is dirty, we have to clean it. All our actions. Now tell me, the truth that we are seeking, is it far away? Then we have to go Kurute Ganga Sagar Gamanam Vrata Paripalana Dhavadanam. We can ask a question, where is earth? Where is water? Where is fire? Where is air? Can we ask a question, where is space? What will be the answer? Where the space is not? Hey friends, so simple it is. So when we are working on the mind, then we will be thinking in a different dimension, different direction. So what will be the direction? Now be attentive. Whenever we are disturbed, instead of complaining, start inquiry. What is the meaning of disturbed mind? When we say, we go to the doctor, and doctor, unless we are Indians, we tell the doctor our symptoms. Indians will tell the doctors, Doctor साहब injection लगा लो, बहुत दिनों से नहीं लिया. But a good patient will go to the doctor and tell the symptom. These are the symptoms. From the symptoms, the doctor will arrive at what is the disease. In the same manner, when you say the mind is disturbed, kindly define a disturbed mind. What do you mean? See, we have never thought about it. You know, the tragedy is what? We have been told so many things in life. Nobody has ever taught us how to think. Our parents have never taught us how to think. They only scolded us. Our teachers never taught how to think. They themselves do not know. And simply we know mind is disturbed. Come on, define a disturbed mind. What do you mean? What are the symptoms of a disturbed mind? See, friends, all that I am telling is not from books. Work within yourself. Then we will come to know. See how I learned this. I was in Newcastle in Australia, and my friend, he is Sardarji. He has, now his son is a doctor and married also. When I used to go there, he was class 9 or 8. So I was in the afternoon nicely sleeping. He came from the school. He woke me up. Swamiji, no sleeping. Come, we have to play with me. And he pulled me. And 5-10 minutes I played with him football. I said, now you tell me something. Have you gone to India? Yes, Swamiji, we go every year. Now tell me something which I do not know. He said, very simple. What is that? When we are in India, we talk about Australia. When we are in Australia, we talk about India. Are you not doing this? Why don't you remain where you are happily? And then we complain. Therefore, mantra you have heard, wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are, be 100%. See? And then we complain. Mind is disturbed naturally. So, disturbed mind means the mind runs from place to place. Now, second, the mind disturbed because of the object to object. See, now I think my house is small. I think now I should take a bigger house. So that I had to clean more, then I had to add more furniture, and then because it is a big house, then I had to show to the public, then I have to make some event and invite them and give them food and then clean the house. The virus enters, it will not allow you to keep quiet. So, disturbed mind is the mind which runs from place to place. Disturbed mind is the mind which runs from object to object. See, friends. And third, disturbed mind means it runs from time to time. All oldies, all the time, talk about when we were children. Arey, who cares? Everybody is interested in their future. But oldie like me, what do I have got? Only the past. As a result, we don't stay in the present. जाने कहाँ गए वो दिन, वो भी गए भाड़ में, तुम भी जाओ. Learn to understand. Disturbed mind means the mind which is influenced by time, space, and object. Simply complaining is not the way. And don't go to the psychiatrist. They will maintain you. Psychiatrists never cure the patient. They maintain. Then only they can have big, money to their account. Therefore, we have to now work on this. That what really matters in our life is the mind. If you mind your mind, you have done a great favor to yourself. See? There is one text attributed to Nrsimha Saraswati Swami, who was the second avatar of Bhagavan Dattatreya. First one was the Sripada Sri Vallabha. The second was Nrsimha Saraswati. And the third was Akkalkot Swami. So Nrsimha Saraswati, he composed one text. Name of the text is Vedanta Dindima. And in that Vedanta Dindima, this principle is brought out. Dindima means proclamation. What is the proclamation of Vedanta? Karmani chitta shuddhyartham. Aikagrayartham upasanam. Mokshartham brahma vijnanam. Iti Vedanta Dindima. Three things. When we do something, for what we are doing? Now, most of you are married. Tell me, who gets married to become miserable? I am not going to the next question. See, we get married to be happy, to become happy, not to be happy, to become happy. And then we realize our mistake, then we separate. That separation is also for becoming happy. In short, our life is expressed in two ways. Either getting involved, pravrutti lakshana, or withdraw, nivrutti lakshana. These are the only two things that we do in our life. And all of them are aimed at getting happiness. When I feel hungry, what is the reason? Because I am empty in the stomach. When I am seeking happiness, therefore I am bankrupt in happiness. Therefore I want happiness. And we know only one thing. If I collect the things, then I will be happy. See, friends, these are so important things to know. In Goa, many years before, I was not well that time. So I told him, I said, look here, I will not go anywhere other than my two satsang. Even then, they never listen. I had to listen to them. So in a school, they have organized a talk. I said, okay, keep only one class, class 7, 8, 9, only one class. Don't keep heterogeneous group. Okay, okay, Swamiji. But then the whole school, right from KG1, KG2 up to 11th and 12th standard. Like, so when I look this side, the small kids looking like this. When I look in the middle, then they are all wanting to know what is happening. And the elder student, how can you address a heterogeneous group? Then I thought, what could be done? I said, hey, we'll play a game. I agree? Yes, everybody was happy. I said, okay, I'll ask you questions. Who wants happiness? Please raise your hands. So all the children raised their hands. And I was observing. Very good, hands down. Then, who doesn't want happiness? Two kids. One class 6 or 7 and one student maybe class 10 or 11. They raised hands. We don't want happiness. So I invited them, hey, two of you come here, sit next to me on the sofa I was sitting. Now they were feeling bad, as if they have done some mistake. And then I said, hey, our game continues. Now tell me, who wants food? The one who is hungry, is it not? All of them, yes. Very good. Who wants water? The one who is thirsty, is it not? Thirsty, is it not? Yes, all of them shouted. I said, who wants happiness? Those who are miserable, is it not? Yes. See, friends, don't seek happiness. Express happiness. How basics are. These are basics. If we do anything only to express happiness, you have fulfilled your life. See, Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter. This is the message, but this message is never told. When Bhagavan says, Karmanye vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbhuhu ma te sangastu akarmani. It is not told there that do your karma and don't worry about the result. That is not the meaning. The meaning is this simple. If you arrest your mind from going in the past and the future, and for that, you don't have to do anything. Suppose I tell you, 293 days before, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, what you were doing. So you start counting. You are not in the present, gone in the past. Suppose I ask, so many days after, where you will be? Again you will go. Now be attentive. Do we have an option to remain in the present or not to remain in the present? We have no option. We always live only in the present. All the actions, every karma is done only in the present. You cannot live yesterday. You cannot live tomorrow. Every action is done now and here. Now be attentive. If the actions are done to get happiness, depending upon the gestation length of the action, the result will be delayed. But if, be attentive, if every action is an expression of happiness, your life is fulfilled. So don't do anything to get happiness. Whatever you have to do it happily. How do we express life? Three channels: body, speech, and mind. So whatever we have to do with our body, do it happily. Otherwise, don't do it. And when you will do anything happily, you know what is the net result? You will not be tired. You will not be bored. See? Like the small kids when they are playing some puzzles or writing something, making drawing, etc. They are doing it happily. Therefore, they never get tired. But you tell them something which they don't want to do, they get tired. So the first principle to take care of the mind, whatever we are supposed to do it happily. Otherwise, don't do it. See how important it is. And whenever you do anything happily, it comes out the best. You will not be tired. Like many people tell us, Swamiji, you are constantly running here and there. Don't you get tired? Instead of that, why don't you take little rest? You have nothing, aage piche. Why you are running and all that? So I told my friend in Mumbai. I said, okay, thank you so much. Nobody thinks so much about me. You thought about me. Now, from now onwards, I will stay in your house. I will not go anywhere. No, 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 no. I don't mean that. See, friends, if you are doing it as a burden, you will be tired. How simple it is. See? When I was in Virginia, I came from India with a very bad stomach. So, whole day I was sleeping, night sleeping. Next day, a retreat started. 4 lectures a day, 2 days, 8 lectures on Ashtavakra Gita. So I said, look here, after talk, don't come talk to me, okay? So after the talk is over, I used to go and lie down in a corner. So one person said, Swamiji, you are not well, but when you are giving lecture, where from the strength comes? You don't allow us to talk to us, but lecture you go on firing. I said, because this I am doing happily. Friends, learn this principle. If you have to do it happily. You are taking care of your mind. Because happiness doesn't happen to the body. Happiness happens to the mind, not to the body. Then the other expression of life is speech. So if you have to speak, or if you are speaking, if we speak happily, there won't be a slip of tongue. See, if you talk happily, you will not abuse anybody. You will not curse anything. I am so happy, mar jao. Arre, it cannot happen. Friends, therefore give it a try. You must have seen there are some people, they don't talk, they bark. क्यों आया, किस लिए आया, क्यों खड़े हुआ, कहो, अरे राम राम राम. Talk like a human being, not barking non-stop. And the third expression of life is that of the mind, through the mind. Whenever you think happily, you cannot be destructive. One imaginary example. Underline imaginary. I go to my girlfriend. Therefore, imaginary. Yeah? I go to my girlfriend and tell her, honey, darling, I'm so happy today. I just want to cut you into small pieces. It cannot happen. See, friends. Therefore, if we learn that what matters in our life is the mind that matters. And therefore, for this, the verse I told you, Karmani chitta shuddhyartham aikagrayartham upasanam mokshartham brahma vidyanam iti Vedanta dindima. So what our Vedanta Shastra tells us? This principle. Whenever we are doing something, that is done only to fulfill our desires. And when our desire is fulfilled, we are happy. But we don't go into the depth of it. And therefore, we get caught up. See? For example, I like a cup of tea. My cup of tea is very less expensive. Only hot water and one dip. That's it. No sugar, no milk. Sasta baba. Mahenga nahi. So, in the morning, I want a cup of tea. When I get it, aha, Brahmanandam, Paramasukadam. Every day I do this thing, then I come to a conclusion. When I get a cup of tea, I am happy. If I don't get a cup of tea, I am miserable. Therefore, the happiness is coming from the cup of tea. Conclusion. If you further inquire, if tea has the alkaloid like the nicotine, if the tea has happiness as the alkaloid in that, everybody should be happy with a cup of tea. But does it happen? It doesn't happen. Like fire has its inherent quality, the heat. So whether it is a elderly person or a child, when it comes in touch with the fire, he will or she will get burnt. In the same manner, when we fulfill our desires by getting certain objects, if that happiness is the content of the object, everybody should be happy with that, but it doesn't happen. But we can't deny our experience of happiness when our desire is fulfilled. That does happen. Then now inquire. See, when I want something, the mind is disturbed. I want a cup of tea. I want. Why don't they keep me ready? Everything. They know I know constantly. And then I get a cup of tea. So what happened? The agitations of the mind, which were making me miserable, they were quietened the moment I get the thing that I wanted. Therefore, disturbed mind is samsara, and undisturbed mind is Paramatma. Friends, how important it is. And it is only a question of habit. One of my friend, he made me elderly man, 85 plus. So he said, Swamiji, good news. I said, again getting married or what? He said, no. Then I have given up smoking. I said, what is great about it? I never smoked. He said, what you will understand. I said, then you make me understand. He said, I have been smoking for more than 60 years, 60. But now I have given up smoking. I am so happy. I said, look here, my spiritual practice is learn from every single experience of life. Friends, take this as a takeaway today. Learn from every single experience of life. So he said, what do you want to learn? I said, look here, only answer my question. Argument mat karo. You were smoking for last 60 years, yes. You enjoyed, yes. Suppose that joy you had for 60 years of smoking, we let us quantify that. Suppose it is X. Now you have given up smoking. Now also you are happy, you said? Yes. Now tell me, in comparison to that X, how much is this happiness when you have given up smoking? You know what he told? X multiplied by million. What is the conclusion? Tyage naike amritatva manashu. Real joy is not in indulgence. Real joy is in renunciation. Try this. Suppose you like something, let's say chocolate, for example, and you give up chocolate eating. You will not keep quiet. You'll tell everybody, I don't take chocolate now. What is great about it? Because earlier I could not survive without chocolate. But now I have given up. Friends, we have to learn this. Desire fulfillment is a trap. Freedom from the desires is happiness. And how the desires happen? See, you must have seen on TV, they have got many programs, marketing. Some kind of machine they bring. This is a automatic potato cutting machine. You put the potatoes and in 2 minutes, 5 kilograms of potato will be cut exactly the same shape and size. Original MRP 21,000 rupees. If you call right now on the phone number that is seen on the screen, it will cost you 2,100 rupees. So cheap. And you dial and that will never go wrong number. It will go correctly. And you next day you get the machine. Now how many people are at home? Hum do, hamara koi nahi. Only 2 of them. Now that machine you have brought. Now what to do? You have to show to the public. Then find out some reason. So many people are called for dinner or some party kind of thing. And they think that then out of that machine, some potato sabji is made. And then, how do you like everything fine? Nobody is talking about the size of the potato chips. Now this lady is getting frustrated. How do you like the potato? Yes, it is okay. No, something special? No, nothing special. Thoda namak zyada hai. No, not that. See, friends. Now be attentive. Janati, ichchati, karoti. When you know something, you desire that thing. And when you desire that thing, you work for that thing. If you had not known about that machine before you saw that, was there any desire? Will you ever order? See, friends, recognize these tricks of the mind. Don't give too much importance to the worldly things. And then we suffer, we get caught up in that. Therefore, lesser the choice, more the happiness. Therefore, one of our Mahamantra is what? Living at zero complaint level. No complaints. जो थारी रहा है सो मारी रहा है. Friends. Therefore, what really matters in our life is our mind. Whatever we are doing. Therefore, Nrsimha Saraswati Swami said, Karmani chitta shuddhyartham. Whatever we are doing, it is not for fulfilling the desires, but it is for purification of the mind. What is the purification of the mind? For that we must know what is the impurity of the mind. Impurity of the mind is only likes and dislikes. I do this thing because I like it. I don't do this thing because I don't like it. So who is guiding our life? Only likes and dislikes. And slowly, slowly, that becomes our character. And then we are unable to recognize this basic principle. Likes and dislikes have no logic. See? Green color, yellow color. Why do you like? I like green color, but why green? Why not yellow? Yellow, yellow, dirty fellow. I don't like it. Now, what is the logic behind? I like this or I don't like this thing. No logic. And our whole life is guided by these two illogical principles. And our whole life is lived only for that. See, friends, therefore, when we do something as our obligation to anything that is related to us, we have to rise above personal likes and dislikes. See? Like, for example, it is told in our scriptures, if you are following, then only it holds good. That if you have to do the Gayatri Japa, Gayatri Mantra Japa should be done at the time when the night is almost over and the day is just going to break. That is called a Pratha Sandhya. So that time you have to do the Gayatri Mantra. But for that you have to wake up early. But then our mind gives us advice. Is it that God is available only in the morning? Afterward he is on leave or what? Why early morning? No, 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 I will do it afterwards. And we all know what? Early to bed and early to rise is the way to be healthy, wealthy and wise. What is our life? Late to bed and late to rise is a guarantee to be unhealthy and otherwise. Friends. Why? Because I don't like. Arey, what is the logic behind like and disliking? No logic, no reason. And we consider ourselves to be very illogical and reasonable person. No. And therefore, when we do things, karmani chitta shuddhartham, we have to remove these likes and dislikes. Then we are following the right way to take care of mind. Fulfilling our personal likes and dislikes is not spiritual life. So karmani chitte. Now you have to do certain things for your um, three places we are obliged to be functioning. Now those who have got the sacred thread, cross belt, there are three threads in that. Each thread is self-imposed bondage. We have put on ourselves. Nobody has tied us. We have put. One thread is we have responsibility towards our elders, parents, etc. Second thing, we have responsibility toward the society where we are living. Third, we have responsibility towards ourselves. And whenever we fulfill our responsibilities, we rise above the likes and dislikes. See, friends. So, karmani chitta shuddhartham. Whatever we have to do, it is for the purification of the mind. Purification of the mind is rise above the likes and dislikes. Then the second problem that our mind gives us is the mind is not available to us. See, there are two things you must have heard. Concentration by the mind. Don't do that. Concentration will destroy your mind. Let the mind be freely available. Whenever we want, for whatever purpose we want, mind should be available. See? Concentration is not. You must have seen in yoga they do. They will be keeping a flame with a candle and keep on looking at that flame. Concentrate, concentrate. You see their eyes become so terrible. They don't have depth, as if they are bouncing on you or something. No concentration. But then what? The second point is that we have to make the mind single pointed. Now, what is the meaning of single pointed mind? Does it mean we take the thread, cut it with our teeth, then apply saliva for hardening the thread, and then take that needle, and in the eye of the needle, we want to put it single pointed, and it doesn't go inside. Is that single pointedness? No. Single pointedness means mind is available to us whenever we want, for whatever purpose we want, for whatever length of time we want. The mind is 100% available to us. See, friends, in Ahmedabad, many years before, in Ramakrishna Mission, my talk was over and I was getting down from the stage. So one youngster must have come on his motorcycle and came with the helmet. And he was climbing the stage. Swamiji, I got a question. I said, keep down, don't come up. I went down. And he said, what is wrong if I run after girls? I said, nothing wrong, run. That is your age. You can't run after buffaloes, run. If you want a company, I am free. I can come with you. No, you don't understand. What is there to understand? No, but I am running after. I say, very good. Nothing wrong in that. Go ahead. I am not condemning you. He got so frustrated. He expected, I will tell, no beta, you should not do this thing, see your parents, see your culture, see this, see that. All that thing I didn't tell him. On the contrary, I approved. Go ahead. He got so nonplussed. And then I told him, my dear friend, this is not your problem. Your problem is different, which you are not able to spell out. Your problem is when you want to study, your mind runs here and there. When you are watching the cricket match, then you think about studies. When you are driving the motorcycle, you don't know where you are going and you take the wrong turn and then you get frustrated. This is your problem, is it not? Yes, this is my problem. In short, our mind is not available to us. Just imagine our mind is 24/7 fully available to us. You will have zero tensions on your mind. And it can happen only by proper inquiry and understanding about mind. See? And what is that inquiry, understanding? Do we have a choice to live yesterday? No. Do we have an option to live tomorrow? No. To live today and now is compulsory. And if we live today and now 100%, you have learned highest yoga in your life. How simple it is. This I learned from one Amma. In Mumbai, she came to meet me. I said, Amma, how come you just drop it? No call, no nothing. Swamiji, I am in a big soup, I don't know what I should do. So I was doing something and I was talking without looking at her. Then I said, what happened? So she was standing like this, with her palm tied down with a bandage. She was standing like this. I said, Mahakali, Sashtang Dandavat. Swamiji, you always make fun. I said, no, but you are giving me Ashirvad, so I must do. Do you know what happened? I said, I do not know, and I don't want to know. Your problem. Why should I know about it? No, but I tell you, I was having a argument with my husband, and I was cooking that time. And in that argument, I forgot that there is nothing on the tawa. The tawa was hot. And in that anger, I took my hand, I put on the tawa to take out the non-existing chapati, and the tawa got stuck to my hand. Why this happened? Because the mind is not available to us. If you want to know Bhagavad Gita in one line, this is Bhagavad Gita in one line. Wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are, be 100%. Where was Arjun? On the battlefield. When? At the time of the war. What he should have been? Somebody's grandson, somebody's disciple, somebody's brother, or a warrior. How common it is. And the whole Bhagavad Gita having told, nowhere Bhagavan Krishna has asked Arjun, Arjuna, did you get the knowledge? No. On the contrary, he asked, hey, your delusion gone or not? Delusion about what? Who you are at a given period of time. This is all. And Arjuna also confesses, Nashto moha smritihi labdha tat prasadat mayachyuta. Oh Lord, now my delusion gone. Delusion about what? Now at this moment, I am neither a disciple, nor a grandson, nor a brother, but I am a warrior. This is all Bhagavad Gita. And this all can happen if we know the working of the mind. But we get very naturally attracted towards physical. I always have great fun about this thing. 25 miles marathon for saving Earth. Now that Earth must be laughing. यार तुम दौड़ो मुझे क्या मिलने वाला है? But then physical. You must have seen those weightlifters. Lift the weight to put it down. Lift it. And up to what age? Maximum 21, 22. And then their biceps are replaced by the thigh muscles. How long? Maximum up to 25, 26. After that, someone else comes. Then they are downgraded. Then all these muscles, they come in the Madhya Pradesh and they become Ganpati Bappa. Is this life? Dear friends, we must be an instrument through which he can express 100%. And expressions are only through mind. It doesn't matter what body it is. You know that scientist in UK who was paralyzed with a machine, what is his name? Steve? You know him, no? So, his body was almost useless. That doesn't make any difference. Therefore, friends, we have to recognize this. Spiritual life means we must take care of mind. And taking care of mind means only by understanding, wisdom, not by action. One of my friend, he is a yogi, And I have never done anything of that sort. It doesn't suit my system. What can I do? Manufacturer's defect. So he used to always tell me, "Yaar, you should do yoga, you don't do pranayam, you don't do this thing." I said, "Look here, you do on my behalf. I will not do it." I had never done that. Then when I met him, he must have been that time about 60 or so. And he said, "Hey, how are you?" I said, "I am fighting fit. But my only problem is there is nobody to fight with. Everybody loves me. I love everybody. This is how I am." He said, "Come on, yeah, I don't know how. I have got all the problems, you know. My lungs have become very weak and my back is so troublesome. I can't sit for longer. And then my knees are also giving way. I don't know. I'm younger than you, but why this is happening?" I said, "Because of yoga." Friends, every phone has a capacity to handle certain programs. Device is perfect when it comes from the factory. Perfect. In the same manner, we are all born perfect. But then pre-download so many apps. We never know that we have to delete also. And one day the phone hangs. And then we condemn that company. We don't understand that every device has its own limitations. Function within those limitations. In the same manner, our system also has got limitations. Don't overdo. Yoga Shastra tells every body that is born is meant to breathe so many million times. Everybody. Everybody breathes 15 times per minute. So it comes to 200 and 1600 times per 24 hours. It is all fixed. So everybody is designed to breathe that many times. But when you meddle with the God's creation, go doing over things, your whole system is paralyzed. Friends, instead of that, think properly. And the day we learn this art of thinking properly, you will see problems can never be solved. Problems have to be dissolved. See? There was one lady, midlife crisis. So she came and spoke to me, "Swamiji, I want your advice." I said, "I don't know what you want." "No, I can't take him anymore. We are staying under the same roof, but I can't take anymore." I said, "Don't take them." "No, no, no, I'm thinking I should separate. I want your blessings." Blessings for divorce. And then I said, "Mama, see, you have come to me. I have got only one solution. Think properly. There is no other solution. Because all problems are born because of incomplete thinking. Now, what is there to think here?" I say, "Look here. Now you have got two children, one boy, girl. Yes. That the boy has completed his education. He is due for a marriage. Yes. The girl is also going in college. She is grown up. Yes. If you separate, they will have a label, broken parents' children. Number one. Number two, in our society, a girl or a lady is respected when she is with her son, when she is with her husband, when she is with her father, then she is respected in the society. A single girl is taken for a ride by the society. So are you solving the problem or you are changing the problem? आकाश से टपके खजूर पे लटके. Then what should I do? I said, have patience. How much patience? I said, 2 years. I guarantee you, in 2 years, everything will settle down. By God's grace, she agreed. Then what should I do? I said, keep listening to my talks. That will make your head normal. Now afterwards, her children got married and everything. I said, Swamiji, I don't know how to thank you. I have done nothing. Think properly. Normally we don't think, we react. Instead of reaction, respond. Reactions are abnormal things. Response is a wise thing. In this manner, when we start working clearly on our mind, then you will come to know what really matters in our life is the mind. Take care of mind. Man changa to katoti mein ganga. If your mind is at peace, everything is beautiful. If the mind is disturbed, frustrated, one place I was staying with my friend in Mumbai. So his daughter, maybe about 6 years or so, so he had some work. He said, see, Swamiji has come in the evening, we'll go for a nice outing and we'll may go for a movie or we'll have dinner outside. Today I got a lot of work, I'll come in the evening. And the child was excited. Now evening we are going somewhere for dinner or like that. The whole day she was preparing herself with that excitement. Evening my friend came back. Whole day he was totally destroyed. Everywhere failure, failure, failure. Disgusted, angry with himself, with everything. And the child doesn't know. The moment he came, she went running, Papa, Papa, now let's go get ready quickly, And he was already frustrated, got angry, gave one chup. Now the girl started looking at me. What happened? See, if you mind your mind, this world is heaven. If you don't, we create hell. See, friends. Therefore, how do we mind our mind? And then we will come to know that this is the spiritual practice. So, karmani chitta shuddhartham. Do whatever you are doing for purification of the mind. No more functioning under the burden of likes and dislikes. Then, aikagratham upasanam. The mind should be available to us whenever we want, for whatever work we want, for whatever length of period we want. Mind is fully available. See, friends, unless this thing is recognized, all our so-called religious or social or the spiritual life is only a self-deception. Let us protect us from ourselves. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om